The history of the Majestic may be far behind us, but its parallels are right before us.
Canada be damned. I'm going to the Klondike.
The Klondike is Canada.
Giorgio, you be doing just fine, brother.
Modesty is not a term you usually hear in conjunction with movies. If you do, it's usually in reference to low-budget dramas or independent films. It's hardly used to describe studio temples or Hollywood blockbusters, and it makes sense. A modest film doesn't rely on spectacle, gimmicks, or even clever marketing techniques to trick people into seeing it. Filmmakers bank on the fact that their small movie has the goods, and in many cases they do. However, the sad truth is this isn't enough to draw people in, making many of these films tank at the box office, which essentially exile these movies into oblivion.
Do you remember me?
No, but I'll sure try.
Frank Darabont's 2001 period drama, The Majestic, is a perfect example of this. It follows the journey of Hollywood screenwriter Peter Appleton, played by Jim Carrey, who gets blindsided by the politics of the time.
Blacklist? I've been goddamn blacklisted.
There is no blacklist. Right. No blacklist. Studio just doesn't want to know you.
In an effort to escape the drama, Peter takes a drive up the California coast, gets in over his head in an auto accident, and awakes with no memory in the seaside community of Lawson, California, a town who once had a resident matching Appleton's appearance exactly. With the locals assuming Peter's the missing Luke Trimble, and Peter having no knowledge to contradict it, Peter assumes the identity of Trimble, reinvigorating Lawson's spirit, especially with Luke's father, Harry, played by Martin Landau, and Luke's former girlfriend, Adele, played by Laurie Holden.
Something is troubling me, Harry.
Now, what could trouble you on a night like this? Just look. Your daughter dancing with my son. Everything the way it should be. God's in his heaven, Ben.
But now with Peter lost and Luke found, a misguided manhunt is spearheaded by Elvin Clyde, played by Bob Balaban, to bring the accused communist to justice.
I promise you, his trail will lead us to a nest of communists that will make the Rosenbergs look like Ma and Pa Kettle.
The Majestic refers to the local movie theater, which lives up to its name, especially in comparison to the rest of Lawson in the film itself. Although the town of Lawson is warm and welcoming in a way anyone would want, the one thing it isn't is grandiose, which is the big part of its charm. Far from the hustle and bustle of the big city, Lawson feels like a relieving counterweight to those living big who are wound tight. There's a wholesome, soothing sense of community in this quiet town that feels like the blueprint for a Norman Rockwell painting.
It's so quiet.
Yeah, well, it's early yet. Most folks are just waking up, but it's usually pretty quiet even then.
The theater is a big part of revitalizing the Lawson community, but perhaps in the current streaming, post-pandemic era, the Majestic can revitalize us as well. Although in the film it is the television that is perceived as the death of cinema, today it is the streamers and the rapid turnaround from cinema to home viewing which seems to be behind cinema's slow death. And one such scene serves as a stark reminder of how history repeats itself by attempting to excise the alchemy from the format.
It's a television thing. Why would you want to stay home and watch a little box? Because it's convenient? Because you don't have to get dressed up? Because you can just sit there? I mean, how could you call that entertainment alone in your living room? Where's the other people? Where's the audience? Where's the magic? I'll tell you, in a place like this, the magic is all around you. The trick is to see it.
History also plays a fascinating role in The Majestic, both within and outside of the film. Whether it be the 1950s McCarthy era the film is set in, the months after 9/11 when the Majestic was released, or now, the politics, patriotism, and ethics around one's identity in the Majestic continue to resonate.
All you do is show up, read the statement, salute the flag. Everybody goes home happy.
And I won't be a communist anymore.
That's the idea.
Doesn't matter that I never was one.
Don't split hairs, kid. This is all a game. But it's their game. You play by their rules, or they'll destroy you.
I thought this was democracy.
Identity also played a peculiar role at this point in history for Jim Carrey. Exiting the 90s with a couple of serious dramatic roles under his belt, Carrey was beginning to look less like the Jim Carrey we're used to seeing.
Bob Leffert, right? You work for Mabel at the diner.
That's who I am. Question is, who are you?
Playing a more subdued straight man in the Majestic, Jim Carrey was transitioning from a comedic performer who's talking out of his ass to a bona fide dramatic actor. It's ironic given how much Peter Appleton's path paralleled that of Jim Carrey's career trajectory to a place of uncertainty.
Hey, I got a what if. What if you and me just drive up the coast till the sun comes up, where the gas runs out? We can change our names. Start new lives. Never come back. Sound good?
That uncertainty may have been one of the contributing factors in the Majestic's demise. Having yet to fully take the plunge into dramatic roles and shed the comedic label, perhaps audiences weren't ready for this side of Jim Carrey portrayed in the Majestic. With a series of vibrant performances by Carrey leading up to the Majestic, perhaps viewers were jarred by how modest Carrey's performance ended up being. However, Jim Carrey turned in a talented performance in the Majestic, and his modest approach is one which matches the rhythm of the world. With a glowing Leave It to Beaver type of depiction of the time, the Majestic gives us a post-war America we're familiar with, although perhaps is highly romanticized. Right or wrong, few of us have first-hand accounts of the period's accuracy.
Tell me something, Jerry. You tight with J. Edgar Hoover?
I wouldn't know J. Edgar Hoover if he walked in here wearing a dress.
But regardless of the film's veracity, the Majestic excels at creating its atmosphere, which helps sell its fish-out-of-water story. It may be lukewarm with its execution of things, but in no way is the Majestic a bad movie. If anything, its simple and sweet approach made it easy for it to fall into obscurity. And although they say those who forget their past are doomed to repeat it, I, for one, welcome a lapse of memory if it means we get another film like The Majestic.